Take it easy, all you people. Take it easy. They're going crazy here. They're going crazy. Pandemonium here.
It's everywhere.
They're grabbing the dough. Get their hands off the donuts. We got a man right here, Peter DeLeos, man. He's the man.
Thanks
right
for having
here.
me on, Rock.
Peter, the man that makes all the great donuts from Kane's Donuts. This man is the reflection of perfection coming in your direction. The big coffee cake. Look at the size of that coffee cake. Andre the Giant loved that size coffee cake. Donuts, unbelievable. Honey dips. We got them all. Name some of these names, Peter. Tell us some of these donuts we got here.
We got honey dipped. We got butternut crunch.
We got it all here.
We got maple bacon, turtle, and Oreo cookie.
And we got it all. I'm gonna bite into one of those sooner or later. Let me tell you, we talk about wrestling. We got the big show. That's right. It's gonna be about a week away by the time we hopefully get this on the air. October 7th at the Irish American Hall in Malden. Get your tickets. Oh, get them now. $20 a piece. Don't count the geese. Go to Bartello's boxing club over there in Winthrop. We got them at Kane's Donuts. He's got tickets. Come on down, see Peter. He'll get tickets for you. Get down and get on down to, I believe the other person that has the tickets is the place in Malden there, Malden Comics. So come on down to this great. The theme of the show is Say No to Drugs. It's a theme. It's a title. We're going to get these kids off the drugs that are in the street today. Mothers are working. The grandmother's got a couple of things in the cupboard there, and they're stealing them, these kids, and they're doing other things, and they got that fentanyl coming in, knock on the country.
Bad stuff.
Where they're coming from Japan with all these drugs, Australia shipping it in. You can't catch every single smuggler, but the government can do a little bit more. But now we're here to talk about one thing and one thing only, right here. The best donuts in the world, so come on down. It's right there in Saugus. Everyone knows Kane's. Gorilla Monsoon went down there. He ate a dozen donuts at one time.
He did, one time.
He had a contest. If you can eat a dozen donuts, we'll give you a free coffee cake. Look at the size of this coffee cake. This thing weighs in at about, I'm going to say at least 6, 7, 8 pounds here. And it's the biggest coffee cake in the world. It's been on all them Phantom Gourmet's been down there. They say they're the biggest, the baddest, the sweetest, the beatest. We got it all. We can slop down at least 1 or 2 of those donuts very easily with a glass of milk. What do you mean a glass? You need a quart of milk to wash those down.
A gallon.
Now, Peter, tell us a little bit about your family and about your mother, Kay, and your father, Peter, when they started this particular establishment, because before I believe that he owned Foster's, right? He had
Dad and Mom. Dad actually started back in, he started in Chelsea in Bellingham Square.
Bellingham?
He had a store called Tony's Spa. It was a little breakfast and luncheon. And then he started making donuts there, and he bought a place in Lynn called Mrs. Foster's, and he started making donuts there. And then he found Kane's was for sale. And he said, whoa, we got to get into Kane's Donuts. That's a great store.
It's a great place.
And from there, Kane's just took off. Since 1955, making donuts, the whole family.
Wow.
And from there, we've just been taking off and making donuts.
I got to tell you.
And we're a wrestling family, too. We all love wrestling.
They all love wrestling down there.
Dad used to take us to the matches.
I've been going down there speaking with your mother for many, many years. One of our great sponsors, Kay. We love you to death. We're going to catch us on Saugus. We're going to be on, actually, in Saugus. We're taping Saugus tomorrow with your friend Jimmy.
Jimmy
and the professor.
Josh. Yep,
Professor Josh, yeah.
Yep.
The quintessential stud muffin and the king of knowledge, and what is he, a ninja, I believe, too?
Josh the Ninja.
And I know Jimmy has a lot of news. He knows all the songs and when they came out, who wrote the albums and who wrote the songs and all the other great things. But getting back to the show, it's going to be a tribute to a legend, Walter Killer Kowalski, the Legends of Professional Wrestling, which is the name of this show. And we have a lot of great guys coming down from New York City. Shockwave the Robot, he's going to be wrestling Recon. We got the world-famous Khan coming down. We got El Mascarado, Lucha Libre style of Mexican wrestling. We're going to let him come over. We're going to let him go over the fence that day. Let him jump the fence, come over here and wrestle from Mexico City. And then we got Joey G. Gala is a special guest referee. You know, the Gala twins. I believe in Joe. Joe is the one that started wrestling with Jim Nance down with Santos. He's going to be a special guest referee. And then we have another old friend coming back, the Boston Bad Boy #3, Awesome Al Mack. He's about 6'5", 6'6", big guy, and wrestled for a while. And he's going to tell a little bit about what he's going to do that night. And we got a lot of other card guys. We got Mr. Goods. We got raffles. We got the 50-50 split. We have all sorts of raffles and pitches and all sorts of great things. So we got some great memorabilia from Sports World up on Route 1, something to raffle off. And it's going to be a great card. It's going to be a tribute to a real legend, Killer Kowalski, a household name. A man that jumped off the top rope onto a couple of guys' ears. And we got some pictures, and we're going to shoot them up now, some of the pictures that we have. We have some pictures, a real old one that I just found back in of Killer Kowalski, one of his very first photos. We'll go to that photo now, if we can shoot it up there. And there it is. There's a photo of Killer Kowalski. Matter of fact, I got one here for you. We're going to give you the first official picture there, Peter.
Oh, thank you.
You can have your collection. That's a very great picture.
Look
Matches the one on the wall.
Wow.
And then,
Thank
you know,
you,
Walter's been wrestling for a long time. He started in the 50s, Canadian champion, Australia, Japan, been all over the world. And he's wrestled all, the best feud he ever had was with Bruno Sammartino. And we got some magazines. We're going to shoot some shots of those magazines. We can shoot those, and the basic pictures that we got now are going to be of magazines. There's a flyer of the show itself for October 7th, so come on down, get your tickets at the door. They're $20. Kids under 12 or 15, and I believe if there's any left ringside, if you buy 2 ringside, you're able to get 1 free, I believe, if there's any ringside left. There's an old 1969 with Bruno Sammartino and Gorilla Monsoon.
Wow.
Spiros Arion and Victor Rivera. Haystack Calhoun on the bottom. I bet you he can eat a couple of those donuts.
Oh, he finished off the coffee roll.
I bet you he'd eat that coffee roll like nobody's business. And then we got this next. This is a real old one with Bruno against George the Animal Steele, Gorilla Monsoon against Victor Rivera, and we got some undercard with Fitzpatrick, Orton Sr., which was the father of Bob Orton Jr., and then, of course, the Viper, if you will, the one that's in the WWE now. There's a cover of Bruno and Killer Kowalski. There was that famous feud with Bruno and Kowalski. That's an old book where Kowalski jump up there. As you can see, Bruno was probably about, I don't know, maybe 5'9", 5'10", somewhere around there. And you can see Kowalski jumping in the air and hitting him with that fly knee.
Devastating.
Yeah, and there's a bear hug, and there's Bruno against Kowalski. Many feuds. Bruno and Kowalski fought all over the world. Australia, they wrestled in Pennsylvania, Pittsburgh, Boston, New York. You name it, they wrestled each other. The feud was unbelievable. Kowalski was the king of endurance. Here's the big one. I don't even remember this one, Peter. Pedro and Bruno now. This was at Shea Stadium when Tanaka and Fuji wrestled Bruno and Pedro on TV, and they threw the salt in the eyes of Bruno and Pedro, and they started slamming each other.
I remember that match.
Then they came up with it. There's another shot of Kowalski coming back from Montreal. You know, he was big up there in Montreal. Originally from Detroit City. They called him the Detroit Destroyer, as well as George Steele. He was from Detroit too. And Montreal, he was big in Montreal. And there's a cover of Bruno in the magazines. Bruno made all the covers, because if you weren't on the cover of a magazine, that's the way you got exposure. There was not no national TV. There wasn't cable TV going across the nation like now. You go from coast to coast and border to border. One night you're in Boston, the next night you'll be in LA. There's a bloody Bruno. Bruno was bloody a couple of times. He got busted open a few times, Bruno. And there's another one with Stan Stasiak. You remember Stan Stasiak, Peter?
Stasiak.
The man with the hot punch?
The hot punch.
Yeah, that's Stasiak, the magazines. Bruno got on all the covers. He got all the exposure.
Bruno was a tough guy. I remember as a kid watching him.
There's Superstar Billy Graham. That was one of his better feuds with Superstar, because Superstar made him look so good, you know. And of course, Superstar was a great bodybuilder, trained with Arnold Schwarzenegger. And they wrestled all over the Northeast. Matter of fact, Superstar was the one that beat him. And we got another cover with Bruno on it with Superstar. Give him a big shuka to the throat, and basically like I said, Bruno was a big hit everywhere he went. He was a household from Abruzzi, Italy, and basically they loved him everywhere. They loved him down the North End. They loved him in Boston. They loved him in New York, Pennsylvania, Pittsburgh. They loved him everywhere because he was the true living legend of wrestling. And then that's, I believe that's Superstar and Bruno again, or I can't really make it out. It's sort of a foggy picture, but I can make out Bruno. Bruno's on all the covers. He made all the covers. And another old one, Wrestling Review. That's an old one with Jack Briscoe, Peter.
Bruno was the champion of the people.
Yeah, and Mil Mascaras was a Mexican, and then we got another cover with Bruno on there with some of the greatest matches of all time with the living legend in the tri-state, the tri-WF, WWWF, which was the Worldwide Wrestling Federation. And he made a lot of them. He made every cover. He was on the cover of every magazine. You wouldn't believe it, but Bob Backlund, Dusty Rhodes, The American Dream. You got Mil Mascaras and Harley Race on the bottom. As you could see, there was three champions. There was three areas back then: the NWA, AWA, and what was known then as the Tri-WF, Worldwide Wrestling Federation. And at one time, Bruno did wrestle Harley Race for that NWA title in a cage.
Cage match.
And then we got Pedro. Pedro saying, "Que pasa, que pasa?" Bruno's still number one. Amigos.
Yeah.
It's Bruno and Koloff with that match in Boston, that Russian chain match was a bloody match. But Pedro loved Bruno. Is one of his reasons why he beat Koloff for that title, because they wanted the belt in the hands of a good wrestler, not a Russian.
That's right. We had the Cold War with the Russians back then.
Yeah, Superstar Billy Graham again. He was a great. Look at the size of those arms. A test of strength with Bruno. I believe Andre the Giant, Wahoo McDaniel's on there. There was a lot of magazines back then. Inside Wrestling, Wrestling Review, The Wrestler, Wrestling World. Bruno with the full Nelson on Superstar. Just so many candid stories that are in there. Now the only books that are around are the books with the stories in it that not real stories. This one was Superstar. So many matches, the test of strengths, the battles of the strength, the battle of the moves, the collegiate wrestling, Greco-Roman style wrestling. Now it's like a cardboard cutout. If you've seen one match, you've seen them all. They're all doing the same moves. There's another great shot of Superstar with the belt. When he beat Bruno. And a great shot, great physique.
Great
and then
matches.
Got, Bruno with Arion, Spiros Arion. We don't even know what happened to him.
Golden Greek. Yep.
The Golden Greek. We don't know what happened to him.
Wow. He had a match, the Golden Greek and Bruno with against Gorilla Monsoon and Tanaka.
Yeah,
right?
they had some great matches in Boston.
Tag team.
Back tag team. And Spiros Arion turned on Bruno. Turned on Strongbow. I think Strongbow and Arion were tag champions, and they turned on him with the situation being here. The greatest battles, the wrestling book, the greatest battles. But you won't see these books around anywhere. There's all these covers, and another one with Bruno on the cover. He made so many covers of magazines. That's what made him popular, Bruno. There's Bruno and Nikolai Volkov. The big Nikolai Volkov, and he was a big man. He originally wrestled as Beppo Mongol, the Mongols, Beppo and Guido back in the day. And like I said, these are all, then again, Nikolai Volkov, he was a shot of him with his hair grown in, with the bear hug on Bruno. He was using Bruno's move, the bear hug.
The bear hug, yeah. These
Bruno.
are all matches I used to watch when I was a kid on Saturday mornings. Now
it's not Saturday morning.
Now it's pay-per-view.
Monday night. Mil Mascaras. Mil Mascaras, the man of 1,000 masks, 1,000 holds. The guy was in great shape. He's still in great shape. This particular magazine, Wrestling Review, and then you got Terry Funk up on the corner as a blonde. You better believe it. Unbelievable. There's another shot of Mil Mascaras, great shape, and man with 1,000 masks. I gave him a ride back to the airport in Florida in 1983. He never took that mask off. Even when he got onto the airport, he wore it in the airport, wore it right on the plane. No one got to see the face of Mil Mascaras.
I hope he gave you a tip for the ride home.
Yeah, he gave me a tip.
Some gas money or something.
Strongbow and Mil Mascaras again. Well, Mascaras was a private guy. He was very quiet, very, to himself, so to speak, and he was a great wrestler. And there's a wrestling guide with Fred Blassie and Victor Rivera, I believe, on the corner there. Morales, Rivera. Spanish wrestling was great back in the day, and You know, a lot of Puerto Ricans love wrestling, the Spanish. Then you got the Iron Sheik, Sheik #1.
The Sheik.
Iran #1.
Yeah.
Hulk Hogan, Hulk 2. You know, that's the Sheik for you. He hated that Hollywood blonde, and he still hates him to this day, believe it or not. The
Wow.
Sheik, the Iron Sheik.
The feud still
believable.
continues.
The continuation of a feud is unbelievable. There's Andre the Giant with Bob Backlund, the All-American boy, more like Kurt Angle back in the day. You know, Bob Backlund was the AAU champion, and Andre the Giant would just crush you with he'll crush your bones. He'll step on your hands, crush your feet. He was a great, great crusher. He was no man to fool around with, Andre the Giant.
He had plenty of strength. He was a good guy,
Yeah,
too.
he was a
good
crazy.
guy.
He was no one. And the Grand Wizard of Wrestling. That's Abdullah Farouk back in the day in the wrestling world, but he was known as Abdullah Farouk. And then he basically came back as the Grand Wizard of Wrestling, and he managed quite a bit of a lot of people. The Sheik, he managed them all. You name it. Blassie Patera, George Steele. I mean, the names go on and on. He was a great manager back in the day. The Grand Wizard of Wrestling. Yeah, that was him.
Yeah.
And we got an old one with The Ring Wrestling, which was a magazine that was putting boxing and wrestling together. And there's an old magazine right there with the girls on the cover. You didn't usually see girls on the cover of a magazine, but you did here. And then we got the Sheik, the original Sheik, Eddie Farhad, Sabu's uncle. Went to Japan a lot. He originated throwing that ball of fire in the guy's face. And he did a lot of that over in Japan. The ball of fire with the Sheik, the bloody. There's some bloody covers there right here. So if you don't like blood, turn your head. That's Blackjack Mulligan putting a claw on somebody. The iron claw on their head. And then we got another bloody one. I believe that is Buzz Sawyer, and I believe that's Roddy Piper in Ringside Magazine.
Rowdy Piper.
You don't see these names anymore, these magazines, because they're not around. And Stan Stasiak, the night he almost bled to death, that was the topic of this story.
Wow.
Wrestling Guide, like I said, Wrestling Guide, Wrestling Review, The Wrestler, Inside Wrestling. There were so many magazines, just like territories. Now there's only one big territory and there's only one big magazine. There's Ernie the Cat Lad. He played for the, I forget what football team he played for, but I believe he played for one of the football teams, the professional teams way back in the day. And then we got Bruno Sammartino against Peter Maivia. That was one of the programs from the Boston Garden. And then I think we got one more. We're going to wrap it up, and then it's the other one with Peter Maivia.
He was a Samoan. He was the first Samoan to wrestle?
One of the grandfathers.
Yeah.
That's the grandfather of The Rock. And then Bruno Sammartino, a bloody mess in one of his bloody matches. But that's the magazines for you. We quick shot through a couple of them, and let's get back to the pastry. Let's tell us a little recipe. Let's see if we can get you to give us the recipe on that coffee cake. Can you give us that coffee cake recipe?
Well, that coffee cake is made with love, number one.
You're not going
to
give
a lot of love, a lot of hard work.
That's like my friend Marky over at the Newbridge. You don't want to give the steak tip barbecue sauce, and you got all those great donuts over there.
You got to try one.
Well, don't worry. I'm going to bite into one of those before it's all over.
Gorilla Monsoon ain't a whole box of these.
Tell us a little bit about what you got in the future coming up with Kane's Donuts is opening up a new location, and I'm going to give you a little hint. If you go down the highway and you used to see the miniature golf place, you see that big orange dinosaur. It's sitting up there on its peak right now. I guess that's the home they found for it.
He's on top of that Great Wall. I call it the Great Wall of Saugus. He's up on top of there, and we're going to be right in that location where the miniature golf course used to be.
What are they going to have there? A hotel, a mall? What are they?
Hotel, some restaurants. They're going to have a few stores there. And it's going to be great. Cane's is going to have a first drive-through there.
Wow, you're going to have a drive-through, huh? Wow.
Drive-through. So you come right down Route 1. You're heading back into Boston, and you just pull right in the drive-through and keep going.
Sure. I mean, hey, you want to get your sugar rush. You want to get a nice donut. You want to get a butternut. You want to get one of what do they call them? You got a
Oreo cookie,
you
maple
got
bacon.
You got the maple bacon. We
Yeah.
got the maple bacon. We're gonna put that in the refrigerator for my buddy Rick Promise. He wanted the maple bacon, and then we got the butternut, and we got my favorite, the honey dip, and then we got the what's that? The Snickers. What is that?
Snickers, yeah.
The
and
Snickers,
turtle,
the,
yeah.
the turtle
yeah.
there, the turtle. There's so many varieties of donuts. You won't believe the array of things that go on, and the pounds and pounds of sugar. How many pounds and pounds of sugar do you use a week over there?
A lot
It's
of
gotta
sugar,
be
a lot.
Unbelievable. I mean, them people over there.
Definitely.
Now, where do you ship your canes? Where do you get your sugar from now? I mean,
Well, the sugar comes in from Hawaii.
from
The
Hawaii.
Sugar comes
yeah?
right in from Hawaii.
Sugar cane, yeah.
Yeah, sugar cane comes in from Hawaii. We ship donuts across the United States. We're big here in New England, and you know what? You come down to the store and you can try them. Come down to October 7th
That's right.
to the
come
Killer
on down.
Kowalski event.
That's right. Come on down. We might
Come
have
on
some
down. We'll have
donuts
some
down
donuts there.
Yeah, come on
Sausages there.
That's right.
I'll
we
be
got
there with Rocky.
Yep, we'll be there
Come
with the
on
sausage
down.
safari. We got the sausages going on there from Bianco Sausage over there. The new location that they have, they're out of Revere. They're over by the Melrose there, the Medford area, I believe. Right down there, they got a big, big factory. They were nice enough to donate some sausages. Unbelievable. We're going to have sausage. We always have great food. There's one thing about Rocky. When they come on my show, people come on, we had Volaris, we had Antonella, we had Mr. Peter here from Kane's Donuts with all the great things. But when you guys started out with the donuts, there wasn't all these varieties. I never saw the Oreo. What did you actually start out with? What were was the jelly the famous one at the time, or a regular plain
Yeah,
donut?
oh yeah,
or-
you had the classic donuts, and we still make them. There was plain, jelly, honey dip, chocolate, lemon. You know, those were your big classic
Sure,
donuts. And then you know, we started playing around, testing some different things. Try a maple donut with bacon on it. Try the Oreo with chocolate on it, and the Snickers and the turtle. And now we're getting into apple cider season. We're doing
Wow.
apples. We're getting close to the fall.
Sure.
And pumpkin will be coming up.
Don't forget your pies. You want your nice turkey pecan pies. You get to go with your turkey dinner. You want to get your nice pies over there. We got the pies.
Yeah, Thanksgiving
I get
we
my
make
pie,
pies.
my chocolate
Yep.
pecan. I want to make a chocolate pecan.
Chocolate
this year.
pecan for Rocky this year.
Yeah,
You
I'd
got
like
it.
a little chocolate pecan
You
in
got
there
it.
instead of the regular pecan. That'll put on about 6 or 7 pounds, and my sugar will go to 300 or something. But hey, what are you gonna do?
Hey.
Hey, you gotta live it up. But when you
That's
want
right.
the best, forget the rest. If you got any brains, get your donuts at Kane's. You know what I mean? If you got the smarts, if you got the knowledge, if you want a big bite, you want to keep it tight. Look at this thing. Can you believe it? Can you believe this thing?
right.
Look at the size of this thing. Can you
As
believe
big as
it?
your head.
Unbelievable.
All right.
I don't know. Can
Wow.
you freeze those there?
You can. You can
You
actually ziplock them and freeze
Oh,
them.
yeah,
Yep,
you can
yep.
ziplock it. You got a baggie big enough to ziplock it?
And they make them.
They make
Yep.
baggies big
Yep.
enough to ziplock
Absolutely.
anything at this time, at this particular
That's it.
time. But don't forget to come down on October 7th. Be there, be square. The Irish American Hall in Malden, the Vets Hall. Come on down, see Tribute to a Legend. And the theme of it is say no to drugs.
Say no to drugs.
Keep off the street, keep it complete. It's the theme of the show, and that's what we're talking about. We're going to have a couple of guys come down from the state police. We're going to have a couple of politicians come down, hopefully from Malden, and they're going to talk a little bit about it. We're going to have an award ceremony from the Institute of Pro Wrestling. Some of Killer Kowalski's students are going to be there. The very first student's going to be there. Kevin the Butcher Hughes is going to be there. We got El Mascarado coming down, I believe. We have a lot of wrestlers that were at the school at the time with Walter, accepting the Killer Kowalski tribute to a legend Battle Bowl that night. The winner of the Battle Royal gets a Battle Bowl cup. You've seen that on the last show that we've been showing. And hopefully we're going to get this one done by the Tuesday and have this shown for the Wednesday on TV before the show, and possibly that Saturday afternoon it might be shown on Revere TV, this particular show. Hopefully we get through it. We'll see how fast we can get things going. And like I said, we want to thank Peter for coming down, bringing these great donuts.
Thank you.
I got one more question for
Sure.
you now.
Yeah.
Your father,
Yep.
he started doing this baking. Where did he pick it up? Did he just go to school, or did he just pick it up naturally? Or
He
old recipes, or like what was the deal?
Well, when he came over from Greece as a young lad, 16, 17 years old, he picked up jobs that in restaurants, and then he went to the New York Model Baking School. It was a bakery, and they learned how to bake. And when he went into Chelsea, Bellingham Square, he started using when he had Tony Spar, he started using some of his baking skills along with making breakfast and lunch there. And then when he went to Mrs. Foster's, he started baking even more. And then when we came to Kane's, he started using those baking skills, and we made the finest donuts, and we're still one of the top 10 donut shops in the United States.
Tony Spar. Tell us a little bit about Tony Spar.
Tony Spar was in Bellingham Square. It was in Chelsea, and that was back in the in the 50s. He had that place, and it was a breakfast. Bacon, eggs, type of breakfast, pancakes, and then it was a small luncheon too. He used to do lunches there, and talk about a work ethic. My father one time walked, because he used to live in Lynn. It was a blizzard, and he walked from Lynn to Chelsea in the blizzard just to open up the store, to be there.
Well, that's amazing. He was very dedicated, I'm sure, because you can tell by the quality of your food there, the quality of your work ethic, that the people that are there, they're right on the ball. They want your coffee. You want it to make, making a coffee, they think it sounds easy, but when someone comes there in the morning, they want that cup of joe the way they like it, and if they don't get it the way they like it, I'm sure you're going to hear about it.
Oh, definitely.
You're going to have a couple of people, and as far as, you can't go wrong. I mean, how many different varieties of donuts do you possibly have here? I mean, you got to have at least 15, 16 different, And then you got cupcakes. On Saturday, they got a pizza you wouldn't believe. The slice of pizza is almost the size of that coffee roll. They only make it on Saturdays. It's unbelievable. I tried one last Saturday. It was unbelievable. And then you have cupcakes, and you have you got the mini coffee roll. You got the baby coffee roll. You got the big coffee roll.
We got muffins.
Oh, you got muffins. You got, what are you making? Cookies there now too? Chocolate chip cookies?
Cookies and hermits.
All sorts of things. There are a lot of great things coming to the new Kane's Donut. So keep your eyes peeled when you look for the dinosaur. Go down to that new mall that they're going to be putting together, and you're going to see all the great new things that they're going to have at Kane's Donut at their new location. And do you got a number on there? What is that? What number Broadway is that? I know it's down by the...
they haven't
come up with a
given
number?
us the number yet, but it's right at the old miniature golf course and Route 1 southbound, and it's definitely you can't miss it. It'll be there where the old miniature, where the dinosaur is. Everybody knows the dinosaur.
Everybody knows Kane's Donuts.
Coming in the spring, 2018.
If you want to get a sugar rush, that's where you go. And like I said before, use your brains. Get your donuts at Kane's right here.
Right on Lincoln Ave.
Mass. And we want to go to a part of the program right now, Peter, that we call the Mac Classics. So that's where we're going to go. But I ain't going to wait. I'm going to chew.
How's that?
Oh, my God.
All right.
Unbelievable. Mac Classics.
さて超満員の館内は興奮のるつぼと化しております。いよいよ全国13会場でネットを展開いたしまして、興奮のるつぼに陥れました全日本プロレス世界オープンタッグ選手権試合最終戦の最後のカードを迎えました。館内にドリファンコ組がフリーファンコ組のテーマでありますスピニングトークオートが鳴り響いております。無傷の白星街道、現在12点であります。ザ・パンクス元 NWA 王者コンビドリー・ファンク・ジュニアテリー・ファンク登場であります。そして反対側の原道からは同じく12点で激突いたしますアブドラザ・ブッチャー、そしてザ・シーク組の入場でございます。 それにしましてもジャイアント馬場ジャンボ鶴田軍に大いに頑張り抜きまして13点を獲得、目下のところ単独トップ。まだジャイアント馬場ジャンボ鶴田の優勝の望みは 1% 残っています。まだアブドラザ・ブッチャーザ・シークの入場はありません。さてピンク・フロイド演奏の吹けよ風呼べよ嵐、アブドラザ・ブッチャーザ・シークの入場。このアブドラザ・ブッチャーザ・シークによりまして日本列島を恐怖に陥れた恐怖のチームでございます。中近東アフリカ代表チーム。さあ早くもリング上では試合に参加しましてスポンサーからの花束の贈呈、三菱自動車、日課ウイスキー、関納期、北倉志向、大塚グループ、横浜ゴムより花束の贈呈、ちびっこファンから贈られました。そしてすぐにちびっこファンはリングを降りましたが、さあ地上最悪コンビの山田さん、これはどっちですか？シークですね。シークにペリーバンクが飛びかかる。そしてアブドラザ・ブッチャーにはドリーバンクが飛びかかる。まだゴングは鳴っておりません。まだゴングは鳴っておりません。さあ優勝争いだ。優勝争いです。12点同士、勝った方が勝ち点14でもちろん優勝。優勝賞金は1000万円です。しかし山田さん、まだ3つの考えがあります。
そうですね。
ジャイアント馬場組もまだ優勝の望みがあります。
望み残してますからね。
残してますからね。まあザ・パンクスとブッチャーシーク組の勝った方が14点で優勝は決定です。今ゴングが鳴りました。45分の一本勝負。まだベールを取っておりません。ザ・シークの真っ白いベールを喉の下に当てて、シーク出血。真っ白いベールが血に染まりました。真っ白いベールが血に染まりました。テリー・パンク猛攻。ザ・パンクスとしては何としても勝ちたい一戦。1000万円を本国に持ち帰りたいでしょうね。
しかもですね、開幕戦での因縁がありますからね。
はい、本当ですね。
何としてもね、流血させてやるんだと言ってましたね。
そうですね。さあベールを首に挟みましたテリー・パンク。しかし今アブドラ・ブッチャーが火星に出ました。おそらくのように開幕戦でテレビジョンでもお送りいたしましたように、テリー・パンクが顔面を痛めつけられました。額をめったつきにされました。遺恨の試合でもございます。この対決です。超前の各内は試合の前から興奮状態でございます。山田さん、リングサイドのお客様はもうほとんどの人が立ち上がってますね。
そうですね。非常に危険な状態になりますからね。
本当ですね。さあ NWA 王座登場してまいりました。テリー・パンクがボクシングスタイルから右のパンチを繰り出します。アブドラザ・ブッチャーの耳の下にパンチを1発2発3発入れました。そしてドリー・パンクジュニアの登場でございます。どうやらザ・パンキスをつきました。それにしましても開幕戦で血を流されてテリー・パンクの恐怖ぶりすごかったですね。
そうですね。その恨みをね、今日の試合で一気に晴らしてやろうという気持ちなんでしょうね。
そうですね。おっとアブドラザ・ブッチャーのギザギザの額、どうやら出血のようですが、どうでしょうか。真っ白い、柔道着に返りしですね。激しいスタンピング、ものすごい一打、だらだらと流れ出ます。アブドラザ・ブッチャーの額、アブドラザ・ブッチャーの額、史上最悪コンビは2人の選手が血を流しました。ザ・シークをめがけて鉄球へ、ものすごい攻撃だ。ワイヤーロープにぶつけました。エルボードロップ、まだカバーにはいかない。エルボードロップの連発、ドリー・パンクジュニア3連発、4連発、テキサスブロンコ、ドリー・パンク4連発、5連発、6連発、ものすごい勢いで6連発ですが、しかし脇腹に狂気シューズの攻撃、ザ・シークであります。ザ・シーク組も12点、ザ・パンクスも12点でありますが、ザ・シークが今度は襲いかかりました。ドリーの喉元に、これは完全にチョーク攻撃、早くも反則ラフプレーを展開する史上最悪コンビでございます。テリー・パンクが行きましたね。何かロープですか。紐ですか、ロープですか。
紐ですね。
細紐ですね。首に巻きつけました。ドリー・パンクジュニアの首に細紐が巻きつけられておりますが、やっと今振り払いた。さあドリー・パンクジュニアを取ります。その紐を持ってバンテージですか。バンテージで首を締めにかかります。逃げ回るザ・シーク。シークがリング上逃げ回ります。勝った方が得点2を上げれば優勝でございます。さあ今度は反対側のコーナーではアブドラザ・ブッチャーの下からの攻撃、東洋の武術、アブドラザ・ブッチャー指突き、東洋の武術を発揮いたしました。アブドラザ・ブッチャーです。後半から飛びにこの東洋の武術、空手を出してまいりました。アブ ブドラ・ザ・ブッチャーです。しかし反対側ではエルボーバットの連発、ドリー・ファンク・ジュニアです。出血がおびただしくなりました。スプリングプロボールとパンケーキか、トラディショナルの技、伝統的な技、スピリングトーフォールド、ドリー・ファンク・ジュニア、失点から砲塔を早くも抜きました。
ブッチャーのね、空手の地獄好きが効いてますね。
効いてますね。
一番いいポイントで出てますからね。
一瞬沈みましたね。
そうなんです。
さあ今度はテリー・ファンクが登場してまいりました。額の傷ご覧いただきましょう。試合を重ねるごとに額の傷が大きく広がっております。テリー・ファンク、今日も右の方に絆創膏を当てていますが、まだテリー・ファンクの出血はありません。史上最強コンビは両者ともに出血、額はもう割られました。おびただしい位置、ブルーのキャンバスにも血が滴り落ちております。史上最悪コンビザ・シークとテリー・ファンクの一騎打ちになりました。先ほどからお伝えしておりますように、勝った方が優勝、14点で優勝、賞金1000万円。しかし馬場鶴田組も今日勝ち点2を挙げておりますので、まだ一縷の望みを託しております。もしこの試合が両者リングアウトに終わりますと、馬場鶴田組も枯れて方なんですが優勝が決まります。さあ結果はどうなりますか。ものすごいラッシングパワー、左のパンチを打ちましたテリー・ファンク。さあ覆いかぶさった優勝かどうだ。カウント2返す。ザ・シーク返しました。さあ自分のコーナーに引き入れました。ドリー・ファンク・ジュニア、お兄さんのドリー・ファンクに渡しますか。噛みつき攻撃テリー・ファンクであります。2人がかりで大きくロープに飛ばして、ものすごいパンチ攻撃、いやダブルエルボーですかね。
そうです、
エルボーバットですね。そうですね、カウンターのダブルエルボーバットを打ちましたザ・ファンクス。世界一の最強チームであります。2人とも元 NWA の世界ヘビー級のチャンピオンでございます。ドリー・ファンク・ジュニア第46代、テリー・ファンク第51代です。
ジュニアが珍しくエキサイトしてますね。
本当ですね。
ブッチャーに対してね、来い来いというね、合図を送ってますよ。
何しろ開幕戦の敵討ちですからね。
そうなんです。
さあ今度はアブドラズ・ブッチャーとドリー・ファンクの一騎打ち。おっと空手のサフォーを見せました。アブドラズ・ブッチャー、ドーンハリセッポー。さあカウントにグッと返したが危ない。一瞬失神状態、ドリー・ファンク・ジュニア一瞬失神状態、カウント2で跳ね返しました。おっと館内かなりゴーゴーたる声援でありますが、シークが武器ですか。武器でついたようですね。どうでしょうか。
狂気で喉突きですね。
狂気で喉突きですね。狂気を見せましたザ・シーク。選手よりもむしろ超満員のお客様の方がザ・シークの狂気を先に見つけまして、ゴーゴーたる非難の声であります。超満員の大観衆です。両選手の額、これがアブドラ・ブッチャーです。血が滴り落ちます。ザ・シークも額を切られました。右手には凶器を持っています。危険です。今フランクスの後ろに凶器を忍ばせました。さあどういう対戦になりますか。まだ試合は始まったばかりですが、ドリー・ファンク・ジュニアの喉を突かれましたので、テリー・ファンクがちょっとかばっていますが、おっとテリー・ファンクが花道を通りまして控室の方にドリーを連れて行きました。しかしドリーがこれを制しまして、やる気満々のドリー・ファンク、首を振っています。後ろ側が弟のテイリーです。反対側のコーナーではアブドラズ・ブッチャーが睨みつけます。再びドリー・ファンク・ジュニアとアブドラズ・ブッチャーの一騎打ちになりました。山田さん、このカードというのはアメリカのマット界でも全く見られない、日本でしか見られない、この世界オープンタッグ選手権ならではの好カードですね。
そうですね。
素晴らしいカードが実現いたしました。さあブレンバスターか、この体重を投げられるか。ブレンバスターに行きました。強引な技、ドリー・ファンク・ジュニア。アブドラズ・ブッチャーの132キロ、頭を取ってのブレンバスター攻撃、ちょっと角度が足りなかったですね。
そうですね。
仕方ないですね。
さすがに重いんですね。
32キロですからね。正統派対史上最悪のラフプレーを最も得意とするチーム。さあ今度はドリー・ファンク・ジュニアがおっとドラップキック、浅い胸板に当たったようです。そしてエルボーバット、思い切ってエルボーを追いつきます。さあ今度はザ・ファンクスのコーナーであります。どういう技を見せますか。この両者には NWA の世界最高峰を極めたというような誇りと自信があります。2人がかりで持ち上げてアトミックドロップ、ダブルアトミックドロップであります。考えましたね。
そうですね、やはりね、実の兄弟だけあってね、この辺はパッともう息が合ってますね。
息が合ってますね。さすがに本当の兄弟でありますザ・ファンクス、ドリー・ファンク・ジュニア、そしてテリー・ファンク、2つ違いの兄弟です。しかし頭突きの攻撃に出ましたアブドラズ・ブッチャー。 まだまだスタミナを秘めていますが、シークが右手に何か持っているぞ。凶器のようだ。凶器のようです。凶器ですね。あっとテリー・ファンクの右の腕ですね。腕に差し込んだ。危ない。悲鳴を上げるテリー・ファンク、大変です。さあ出血かどうか。テリー・ファンク我慢する。さあどうだ出血。
腕が切れましたね。
切れましたね。右腕です。思い切って突き刺す。凶器で突き刺す。シークが凶器で突き刺す。だらだらと流れる血、右腕から流れる血、これはたまりません。開幕戦では額をギザギザに切られました。すごい流血、右腕を狙ってきましたよ、山田さん。今度はフォークだ。フォークです。フォークですね。
フォークを刺してますね。
フォークを刺しました。アブドラのブッチャーがフォークを持って力いっぱいテリー・ファンクの右腕に差し込みます。ものすごい流血、テリー・ファンク。スリルとサスペンス。今度はザ・シークだ。お客様が興奮してまいりました。物が投げ入れられます。そして凶器でえぐり抜きます。大変です。テリー・ファンクの右腕、だらだらと流れる血、もうトランクス、それから右の膝あたりまで腕から流れ出た血がついています。激しく突き刺す。今後の選手生命になりますよ、山田さん。
そうですね。
右腕ですからね。危ないぞ。フォークで刺した。フォークで刺しました。アブドラ・ブッチャーの恐怖の目、アブドラ・ブッチャー。またしてもフォーク好き。止まらない。凄惨なシーンです。さらにえぐる。腕をえぐります。今度はシークが追い打ち。凶器でめった抜き。血の量がだんだんと増えてまいりました。テリー・ファンク大丈夫か。スタミナは大丈夫か。ドリーが我慢してますね。
そうですね。
なかなか飛び込んでいきません。ドリー・ファンクジュニアじりじりと我慢しています。
レフェリーはね、
中央だ。ちょっとこれはもう山さん反則取ってもいいんじゃないですか。
そうですね。
これ以上やりますと本当に今後の選手生命に関わりますね。右腕があるいは効かなくなるかもしれません。フォークで刺してえぐる。力いっぱいえぐる。凄惨な試合です。最後のカード、世界オープンタッグ選手権、勝った方が14点でトップ。頑張りますね。サウスポーのテリー、あれは左手だったらパンチは震えませんね。フォークが飛びました。フォークが飛んだ。テキサスブロンコ、テキサス魂を発揮するテリー・ファンク。さあまだ勝負を挑むか。ドリーにつながなくてはいけない。今つなぎました。さあ兄貴のドリー・ファンクジュニア、やる気満々。襲いかかる。チョップでいく。正面から激突する。ザ・シークにもチョップを打ちました。そして場外に放り投げる。アブドラ・ブッチャーに逆水平、エルボーバット。さあ相手を探していますドリー・ファンクジュニア。テリー・ファンクを気遣ってますね。
そうですね。
キャンバスの下に落ちました。
ひどい出血ですしね。
相当出血ですからね。相当ひどい出血ですね。藤井選手あたりを呼びまして、どうやらドクターを呼べというような
そうですね
指示も見せましたがね、果たしてどうでしょうか。テリー・ファンクは完全にダウン。テリー・ファンクはリングの外でダウン。
しかしカウントがね始まってますから。
カウントが始まってますよ。ちょっと待ってください。これでリングアウトということもありますからね。史上最悪コンビはリングの中。さあドリーがカウントを聞きまして中に入りました。優勝はどちらのチームか。しかしテリー・ファンクは負傷。です。右手を抱え込んでいる。危ない。ブッチャーが行くぞ。エルボードロップ。ドリー危ない。優勝は史上最悪コンビから返しました。両者ともに12点。勝ち点2を取った方が優勝。もうザ・ファンクスの方はドリー・ファンクしかいませんね。テリー・ファンクの姿は完全にいなくなりました。さあ抑え込んだ。ドリー返した。韓国王国テキサス魂をこの辺で発揮するか。ドリー・ファンクジュニア、相手は2人だ。また凶器持ってきましたね。ザ・シーク凶器を持ってまいりました。ザ・シークが凶器を持ってまいりました。凶器が吹っ飛んだ。凶器がなくなりました。堂々たる声援です。超満員プロマイ国技館最終戦。ドリーが凶器でいった。凶器を突き刺す。耳たぶのあたり、アブドラのブッチャーに突き刺す。シークの額にダラダラと血の量が増えてまいりました。ちょっとのクレイジー状態ですね、ドリームですね。さあリングの外では今テリー・ファンクが右手をかばっておりますけれども、
応急手当てをしているようですね。
手当てをしているようですがね。
ですけれどもね、右腕もですね、15センチぐらいざっく
くりと切れてます。
あ、そうですか。全日本プロレスの若手ロッキー・ハラーたりが包帯を巻きました。包帯を巻きました。しかし注目すべきはリングの中です。2人がかりでドリーが捕まった。ドリー・ファンクが2人がかりに捕まりました。さあ地上最悪コンビ、どういうファイトを展開してくるのか。エスカレートしますと何をしでかすか分かりません。テリーがいった、テリーがいった、テリーが左のパンチ、ストレート、もう一発ストレート、正面から額に当たりました。ストレート攻撃、サウスポーのテリー・ファンク、やりますね山田さん。
これがね、本当にテキサスブロンコの
テキサスブロンコの魂、本当ですね、勇気があります。テリー・ファンク、第51代のチャンピオンです。
やはり汚いチームに負けたらいかんですね。
はい、
何としても勝ってほしいですね。
そうですね、右手の包帯、さらに出血、血がにじみました。右手はもうだらっと下げたままですが、おっとドリー・ファンク・ジュニアがシークを場外に突き出した。さあ今度はあっと危ない、アブダズブッチャーも負けておりません。カウンターの今度はチョップ戦法に行きました。しかし地上最悪コンビも頑張りますね。
いややっぱりね、とにかくダーティーなねファイトが多いですが強いです。
そうですね、さあリングの外に降りたのはアブダズブッチャー、テリー・ファンクやり合うが、おっとリング上も注目しなくてはなりません。さあシークがいった、シークが行きました。シークの狂気、シークが再び狂気を取り出しました。リングの中です。ドリー・ファンク・ジュニア喉に刺されます。ものすごい勢い、ゴングが鳴った、ゴングが鳴った。
レフェリーがね倒れてますね。
レフェリー倒れましたね。ジョー・樋口が飛び出してきましたが、今手を上げたのはまだはっきり分かりません。一瞬ドリーの手を上げたんですが、まだはっきり今正式だ。シーク・ピッチャーの反則負け。
そうですね、
そうですね、そういう風なアナウンスが5号太の声援の中ですがかすかに聞こえました。そうしますとザ・パンクスが勝ち点2を拾いまして優勝です。アブダラズ・ブッチャー、ザ・シーク敗れました。ドリー・ファンク・ジュニア、テリー・ファンク、ザ・パンクス優勝です。14分40秒、死の構想に終止符が打たれました。しかしまだまだやり合います。まだまだやり合います。優勝賞金の1000万円は観光族ザ・パンクス、ドリー・ファンク・ジュニア、それからテリー・ファンクの兄弟。しかしドリー・ファンク・ジュニアが興奮してアブダラズ・ブッチャーに逆水平の連打、額に連打パンチを打ちます。テリーもエキサイト、テリーもエキサイト、ザ・シークの額に狂気を刺します。相手の狂気を取りました。全日本プロレスの中堅若手はもうリングの中に飛び込んでまいりまして混乱しています。山田さん、ちょっと収拾がつかなくなった。
そうですね、
まだザ・パンクスも来ると思っているんじゃないですか。とうとう反則負けを取られました。唯一の負けです。アブダラズ・ブッチャー、ザ・シーク12点にとどまりました。ザ・パンクス、ドリー・ファンク・ジュニア、テリー・ファンクの優勝です。しかし苦しい優勝でしたね山田さん。
そうですね、最後の土壇場までね、もう気を許せないね緊迫したゲームでしたからね。
そうですね、従いましてジャイアント馬場ジャンボ鶴田組13点で健闘いたしましたが惜しくも、優勝の望みは絶たれました。ザ・パンクス、ドリー・ファンク・ジュニア、そしてテリー・ファンク優勝でございます。とうとう元 NWA の王者コンビが優勝となりましたね。
そうですね、しかしねこの実力、そしてこの最後の最後まで見せた頑張り、これが優勝してね当然ですね。
本当ですね、よくやりました。
もう外国のチームだけれども、私はもう心から拍手を送りたいですね。
そうですね、それにしましょう山田さんね、ずーっとこの試合アブダラズ・ブッチャー、ザ・シーク大会開催中に分裂をするんではないかと思われてたんですけれども最後まで一致団結して戦いましたね。
そうですね、それはねやはり優勝という名誉と、そして賞金の1000万円、これはやはりね大きな魅力ですからね。
そうですね、山田さん、優勝したテリー・ファンクの左手、それから肩をつっています。見てください、もうどういう言葉を与えていいのか。テキサスブロンコテリー
Ho, ho, ho. Wow, wow, wow. Well, no, wow.
How's that donut?
Wow, that donut was delicious. I hope you liked the Mac Classics. Hope you liked it all. Hope you like looking at these donuts because you're not going to look at them because I'm going to eat them all right here before I go. I want to thank Peter for coming on down to the
thank
show.
you.
Don't forget to be at the show October 7th at the hall in Malden, the Irish American Hall. Be there at B Square, 6 to 7 is the Fan Fest. And we'll see you next time on Legends of Professional Wrestling.